Hi, everybody. It's Mr. Gray here. Thank you for another great week this week. And I'll extend that even further and say thank you for such a fantastic year with a group of really supportive families. I really appreciate you and have loved having you to be a part of the class this year. I have tremendously enjoyed having all of the kids in the class. I'm sad to cut off the last few weeks of school because I'm having a great time and we have a lot of fun things that I love to do at the end of the year that I'll get to miss. I'll be happily at home with two very little kids who'll be very happy to have me, but I know you guys will have an exciting end of the year. It's very possible I will see the kids at some point before the school year is over. And of course, I will see the kids and all of you next year while you are in sixth grade. But I thought it was a good time just to tell you that I really appreciate you and have enjoyed this year tremendously. And I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic summer, a great end of the school year, and a good start to sixth grade. I'll be here in the fall, in August, so you guys will see me again. But it's been a really fantastic year, so thank you very much. I have a few notes for you going forward in the last few weeks. The first is our long-term guest teacher, Miss Dow, will be here starting next Friday, May 8th. She will be here. And she will take us through the end of the school year. She comes highly regarded. She's been a long-term sub a couple of times this year and in fifth grade. So she's going to come in very, very familiar with fifth graders and how that goes. And so I think she'll have a really great time. And I think the kids will also have a really great time. There's lots of things that I have set up for her going forward, and you'll hear about a couple of those. Next week, I will get a few things started that she will finish out. But most of the things they're doing at the end of the year are things we'd be doing anyway. And so it'll be really fun. Her email is copied on the email, so you have her contact. And of course, you'll hear from her as we get going here. One of the things we're going to start next week, right before I leave, I'll get the kids started on, and Miss Dow will finish. She already did it actually in her fifth grade class. It's called Walk Through the American Revolution. And it's kind of a hybrid of a performance and a learning activity. The kids will all get parts related to people, places, and things about the American Revolution. So someone will be George Washington, and someone will be Benjamin Franklin, and someone will be Abigail Adams, and someone will be King George, and someone will be the Declaration of Independence. And there's all sorts of different parts. So the kids will get these parts, and one of their jobs is to memorize the part. So when we actually do the walkthrough, which will be on Tuesday, May 19th, they're going to actually kind of perform their part. So all the kids will have a part or two to perform. They will work in groups and perform a skit, and hopefully they can dress up. I sent some information about what dressing up might look like, but that's kind of what you can think about for that day. That day's all at school. It's parents don't come to that. It's just the kids, and they kind of get to perform a little bit for each other, but it's really, really fun, and it's Tuesday, May 19th. So I'll get that started, and there's some more information in the email and on the updates page. We'll continue state testing next week. It's going well so far. The kids are doing a really nice job. If for some reason your child has to make it up after I'm gone, I will help facilitate that. They might have to go to a different classroom that is testing at that time, maybe Miss Gray's class in sixth grade, but we'll figure that out. There is the spring concert is May 20th. The All Apis Showcase is Friday, May 22nd from 2 to 2:45 in the MPR. I sent you a link about photos from this school year that you can have. And then, of course, if you haven't filled out the bowling permission slip, please do that. That's in the email. And then the way we're able to do these field trips is through your donations. So you can send in cash or check for $30. The check made out to Santiago Hills Elementary School. You send it with your child, and I'll keep track of that so I know. But that's really the way that we're able to do these field trips. Okay. Moving on to the actual week, we're still doing state testing, so we're not doing a lot of specific academic things, but some things will pop up because I want to get a few things started, and we're closing out testing this week. So we're going to start the final novel study of the year, which is called The Girl Who Drank the Moon. It's a really incredible story. Throughout the years, it is quite challenging for my fifth grade APA students, and it's not for the reasons you think. It is all the vocabulary, all the words are, for the most part, at a fifth grade level, not even really advanced in that sense. But the author's use of time and different perspectives really kind of throws people for a loop. So it is a challenge in that way, and it's a really, really, really fantastic book. The kids also really love it every year. I'll keep reading Sideways Stories from Wayside School. We're not doing something specific for testing. Probably we might start a writing assignment at the end of last week, or Miss Dow will start it later. Same thing for math, nothing necessarily specific, and then another project will come up. In social studies, we'll continue learning about the United States in the early 1800s and the big changes that were happening. We'll do a walk through the American Revolution practice. And then we're also learning about the presidents. So the kids, just a few at a time, are starting to gather information about the presidents and think about, who did the best job, or, who represented the country the best. They'll go to Science Lab with Ms. DeMarco. We'll meet our second grade buddies. The kids will play with Ms. Kovac's class. And of course, they're working on their All Apis project, where the showcase is Friday, May 22nd. So I'll give you one more big thank you, and have a fantastic end of the year and summer. It's really been so great to be the teacher in this class, and I hope to see you again as they are sixth graders next year. All right, bye-bye.